Today again I'll be speaking on Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita. It is made up of two words, which means the song of God. Geet means song and Bhagavad means God. So Bhagavad Gita means song of the God. It is a book which is a part of larger book, that is Mahabharata, the epic, the longest book of the world. Now Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. Sage Ved Vyas had written this Mahabharata epic. In this Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters and in all 700 verses. It is basically a dialogue between Lord Krishna, who is the avatar of Bhagavan Vishnu, the reincarnation of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu who takes care of the world. Lord Krishna is his reincarnation. So in this book, this conversation is there between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, his disciple, his friend. Or we can say it is the conversation between God and man. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, the two battle forces which are fighting the battle of Mahabharata, the greater India, or the great India, the battle of great India. The two armies are standing in front, and Arjuna says, after seeing his relatives there, "Oh Lord, I will not fight against these." So in chapter 2, Lord tells him, "Look, don't think you will be killing these people. They have always been there in their prior lives also. They are in present also, and they will be there in future also. I have been there in the past, I am there in the present, and I will be there in the future. So is there with you. So don't think they will be killed. They are souls, they cannot be killed. The way we change our clothes when they are worn out, they are old. Similarly, the soul changes the body and wears a new body till the time it reaches its ultimate destination, that is Godhead or the kingdom of God. So we have come from God and we have to go back to God. And this is what Lord Krishna tells him in chapter 2. Don't worry, do your dharma, fight. Now let's come on to chapter 3, which is on Karma Yoga. Friends, Nishkam Karma Yoga, that is, work without desiring the results of the action. Work without desiring the results is Nishkam Karma, or desireless work. And this is what God tells Arjuna to do in chapter 3. Work, because it is your duty. You are born as a fighter. Your nature is that of a fighter. Your qualities are that of a fighter. And unwantedly, this war has come in front of you. If you do not fight this war and go away, people will laugh at you. They will not say that you did not wanted to fire your relatives. They will say you ran away because you got scared of warriors like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Jayadratha, Duryodhana, etc. You will get dishonor, you will get infamy, and for a person like you, dying would be more better than facing the dishonor. In chapter 3, again, Lord tells Arjuna, control the senses and devote your karma to me. Now, friends, this is a question as to how to devote karma to God. In your everyday life, you must have realized somebody is a student, somebody is a businessman, somebody is a farmer, somebody is a corporate official, somebody is in the military. They all are doing their duties. But what Lord teaches us in chapter 3 is how to do it without desire. Again and again. In the entire Bhagavad Gita, Lord emphasizes work without desiring for the results of the actions. So if you are a student and you are studying, do it with utmost care, utmost attention. Whatever you are doing, not only as a student, but as whatever you are, first offer a small little prayer to God and then do that work. Say, "O Lord, I offer this work to you. You have given me this work. I am here to do this work. It is my duty and I will do. And in return, whatever you want to give me, I will accept it." Don't say, because I am studying, I have to be the topper in this school. Say, I will do my best. And what you give me in return, give me the capability, humility, and the ability of acceptance of what you give me. That is Nishkam Karma. Stay away from the fruits. This is the greatest teaching of Bhagavad Gita. If I sum up Bhagavad Gita in one or two lines, it would be work and work without desiring the fruits of the action. Again, God tells somewhere in some chapter, it is you who have the responsibility of working. What you get in return, that's in my hands. I will decide what to give you, when to give you, how much to give you. So, chapter 3 tells us about karma. In chapter 3 again, Lord says, whatever is your duty, do that to the fullest. As I have given you the example of a student. If you are a student, if you are supposed to study, if you are supposed to play, if you are supposed to be with your friends, do it to the best and don't think you can become a housewife. A housewife's job she can do better and let her do it in the best manner. If you want to assist her, fine. But whatever is your dharma, Lord says, it's better to die in your own dharma. Dharma does not mean religion here. Dharma means whatever is your duty. It's better to die doing that duty. It's better even if you do that duty faultily, in a wrong manner. Even then, it's better. So instead of looking at the pasture on the other side of the river, that grass on the other side of the river seems to be much greener. My side, grass is not as much greener. This dilemma should not be there. Lord has very clearly said it's better to die doing your own duty than going into someone else's shoes and doing his duty, because that seems lucrative. Don't fall into that trap. God has again and again in many, many places in Bhagavad Gita has said, stay away from desire, stay away from lust. This desire is the one which is binding us to this ugly, painful, horrorful, sorrowful world. If you do not have desire, God has clearly said in Bhagavad Gita, live with minimum means. Have as little desires as possible. Now it never says do not work because you do not desire. Bhagavad Gita itself is a book which teaches you work. When Arjuna decides not to work, not to fight, that is the time when he tells Arjuna, work, that is your duty. So, staying away from desires does not mean you remain contented and do not work. Again, as I explained, whatever is your duty, that has to be done with utmost dedication and devotion to God. Whatever you are doing, with a small little prayer, offer it to God. And even while performing the duty, keep remembering God. Keep saying, thank you, Lord, you gave me this duty and give me the capability and the ability to perform it. As I said, desire, ego, lust, unhappiness, sorrowness, all these things are there in our lives. They keep troubling us. The more you have desire, the more you have ego, you will have problem. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, be equipoised, be balanced. Whether it's eating, drinking, recreating, working, sleeping, you have to live a balanced life. Balanced life also means seeing a cow, an elephant, that's what exactly it's written in Bhagavad Gita. See an elephant, a cow, a dog, a learned man, and a poor man as equal. See a lump of mud, stone, and gold as same. That means do not have inclination or priority for someone more than other. Treat everything and everyone equal. Be equipoised in happiness and distress, heat and cold, light and darkness, friends and enemies. Supposing somebody you respect and he dishonors you, will you not be affected? Yes, you will be. For many days, you may not be even able to sleep properly. Every time, the same disrespect that person has shown towards you will come in your mind. So, what to do in such situations? God has already given you the guidelines in Bhagavad Gita. So, I suggest all those who are in search of knowledge, they must read Bhagavad Gita. If you cannot read it every day, at least twice a week or twice in 10 days, you must read. And keep it as the most precious thing that you would ever want, because it has got solutions to all your problems. I read it every day and I have been reading it for quite long, though I don't say I'm a master of it. But yet, whatever are my problems, I look into Bhagavad Gita, I ponder into Bhagavad Gita, and I do get my solutions from it. Of course, at this stage, I will jump into the fourth chapter, where Lord says about meditation. I teach meditation, I do meditation. I learn my meditation from YSS, if you are aware of YSS. YSS means Yogda Satsang Society of India. That is the place from where I have learned my meditation. And now, my Gurudev, Maha Avatar Babaji, whom I call Mahaguru Babaji, is my Guru. And of course, I learned my everything from Shri Shri Paramhans Yoganand, who founded Yogda Satsang Society of India. So not only Bhagavad Gita, I can teach you meditation and I can tell you the benefits of meditation. We will talk about chapter 4, in which Lord Krishna gives a technique. He has explained a technique of meditation in chapter 4. So you can think that 5,000 years back, Sage Vyasa had given that technique in this book. So how advanced were our ancestors that in 5,000 years back, they could write it in a book like Bhagavad Gita. Not only one, but I can tell you there are at least 4 techniques which have been given in Bhagavad Gita for meditation. We'll talk about meditation also sometimes, but today we are on Bhagavad Gita. Now moving on to chapter 4, the main point of, main emphasis of chapter 4 Bhagavad Gita is that Krishna says, Arjun, whenever there is decline in religion, religion means dharma, the pious activities, the pious way of living. If I make it in simpler terms, if irreligion or bad people rise in the world, there is decline in dharma, or adharma rises and dharma comes down, irreligious people rise and religious people are made to suffer, then I incarnate again and again, millennium to millennium, to establish the law, to establish the religion, to establish the dharma. I come again and again. So, whoever is my devotee, if he thinks of me at all times, even if he doesn't do anything, even if he cannot protect himself, then I am there to protect him. But friends, it does not mean you simply do not do anything and not devote yourself to God also. first and foremost thing of this life, the purpose of this life is to devote yourself to God. That is the ultimate purpose. If you do not devote yourself to God, then of course He will also not be able to help you, guide you. If you remember Him, as I said in earlier chapter, if you remember Him, even doing the job, even doing the work, that is the ultimate achievement. If you cannot do that by other ways, other means like devotion, bhakti yoga, dhyan yoga, meditational path or the yogic path, or the path of knowledge, the study of scriptures. Through any of these means, you can devote yourself to God. And if you devote yourself to God, God assures, I will take care of you. Do not worry. I'm there to take care of my devotees. In Bhagavad Gita, at one place, God says, there are four kind of people who like to come to me, who like to find me, who like to know about me. First of them are those people who want money, aristocracy, and luxury in life. Second are those who are distressed, who are in pain, trouble. And third kind of people are those who are inquisitive in nature. And fourthly are those who simply love me. Of all these four kinds of people, I like those most who unconditionally love me. If they love me unconditionally, then I also love them unconditionally, and I'm always present for them to guide them. The way Arjuna tells Krishna, I am your disciple, I am in dilemma, kindly help me, kindly guide me. And in Bhagavad Gita 18 chapters, continuously Krishna is guiding him like a master, like a guru. You may be wanting to have a guru in your life, but you do not know how to find a guru, where to find a guru. Let me spend some time on this aspect also. We all have our past karmas with us. In the past, we have gone a little bit ahead in the search of God. And when we die, that search stops, but the soul passes into another body and the journey continues till the time ultimately we reach God. And Guru is one who is always in search of his disciples, his relatives, his friends, who are good people, who are pious people. He is always looking for them. He comes down from heavenly abode of the God on his own to uplift his disciples. The way you are searching for your Guru, similarly, he is also searching for you. He will come to you, don't worry, just move ahead with truthfulness, with the devotion to God, and keep asking God to send you a Guru. Either God will himself come or he will send you a Guru. So don't worry, just keep moving ahead with a pure heart, with truthfulness, without cheating, without the mind making you go haywire. Just think of God, just think of Guru, and one fine day, everything that you wanted will happen. Chapter 5 is again on Karma Yoga. I said chapter 3 was on Karma Yoga, Nishkam Karma Yoga, and chapter 5 is again on Nishkam Karma Yoga. I have also told you, and God also tells Arjuna, Nishkam Karma Yoga is the best path for God realization. In this, you don't have to do anything. Whatever you are doing, that itself will make you liberated from this world. Whatever you do, just think of God in that. Just offer it to Him. Just offer the results of those activities and actions to Him. And finally, without any extra efforts, you will simply find God one fine day. Like there are eternal statements from our scriptures like Soham, I am He, or He is God. Soham, I am He. Now it can be interpreted in two ways. Anything away from me, any living being away from me, Soham, I am He. So I have to take care of that individual, that different person, that living being, same as myself, because he is nothing but same as me, Soham. Now another interpretation goes is Soham, I am He, I am the Lord. I am Lord not because of my egoistic thinking. I am Lord because He dwells in me. Bhagavad Gita says, Lord stays in our heart. He is there in our heart. He lives in our heart. The soul's place is heart. The God's place is heart. And since He is in our heart, I am nothing but Him. Another Mahavakya, the great statement is Aham Brahmasmi. I am God. It is the same as Soham. I am God because not of my egoistic thinking, but because He dwells in me. Another statement is Shivoham, I am Shiva. Not because of my ego. I am saying this because I think He lives in me. And if you believe in these statements, then you have to be a man of character, a man of self-realization, a man who works through his soul. In the body, we have senses, we have mind, we have intellectual ability, and we have soul. Senses are the lowest thing. And below senses, if you say, Bhagavad Gita says, materialistic world, stone, unmoving, non-moving things, all these are there in the world. Those materialistic things are in the lowest strata, and above that are the senses. The senses take you towards the world. They make you have more and more desire. So as I said, stay away from desire. So if you want to stay away from desires and lust, then control your senses. It is important, but I know it is very difficult. Control your senses through your mind. Mind is superior to the senses. If mind controls the senses will be always under control. And mind is under the control of buddhi, the intellect that we have. And buddhi is to be controlled by soul, who always guides us towards the right thing. Have a balance in life. Be equal to friends and enemies, relatives and unknown people, strangers, heat and cold. Be balanced in eating, sleeping, recreation, working. Even work should not be done as a torture to the body. You have to work. Like it is said, penance, tapasya. It should not be in a manner that you start torturing the body. Scriptures have laid down that Even penance have to be done in a particular manner, fashion, so that with balance you can go towards God. Balance your life, though it's very difficult to do as I have said, as Bhagavad Gita has said, but at least we can try going a little bit every time we think about it. One step a day, and finally, one fine day we'll be at our destination. Journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So whatever the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, they are amazing, wonderful. So I suggest again, read Bhagavad Gita, keep it next to your bed, next to your study table, and even if you are going away somewhere for a longer duration, carry Bhagavad Gita with you. If you can't read more than at least one chapter, what I did, I will suggest that to you. I haven't read the thick Bhagavad Gita. I have just read the explanation which is there in English in Bhagavad Gita, the translation. I haven't read this Sanskrit part also, because at this stage of life, I don't think I can cover up with Sanskrit, nor I am interested in somebody else's philosophy. Yes, of course, good things, good suggestions, good advices, good thoughts of anybody are most welcome. But reading the entire explanation of a thick book and then thinking that I will imbibe everything is very difficult. So what I did was I read only the translation part which was there in English, and I read it every day, almost every day, if not every day, at least once a week, one chapter at a time or two chapters at a time. And I have read Bhagavad Gita many, many times. That's why I know at least something about it. And I suggest one must follow the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Ultimate aim of Bhagavad Gita is one should be a devotee of the Lord, and one should do his dharma. Dharma means the righteous duty. Now, chapter 5, I was talking about a meditation technique which Lord Krishna gives in verse 29. Chapter 5, verse 27, and chapter 4, verse 29. I'll repeat it again. Chapter 4, verse 29, chapter 5, verse 27, 29 and 27. You can find these techniques which I am about to share with you. Of course, these techniques have been given in very short and very brief. I'll try and explain a little more than what is written there. Exactly, if you want what is written, you can go to these two verses, chapter 4, 29 and chapter 5, verse 27. Verse 29, chapter 4 says, look at the incoming and outgoing breath. This is a very simple, very common, and most widely accepted and imbibed technique of meditation. Most of the meditational teachers do teach this technique, and I also do this technique almost every day without fail. So, verse 29 says, look at the incoming and outgoing breath. And I will add something to it. Keep chanting a mantra with it. आते जाते सांसों को देखते रहें और मन ही मन किसी मंत्र का जाप करते रहें. So, keep looking at the breath, incoming, outgoing, and keep chanting a mantra mentally. And close your eyes and do it for 10 to 15 minutes, morning, evening, every day. Slowly, you will realize your life is changing. If you think it is not changing, you don't want this technique, you are most welcome to leave it. It is up to you. But my suggestion would be do it for 10 to 15 minutes, morning, evening, every day, and you will be benefited. If you are benefited, you can slowly start searching for your guru and further enhance your knowledge on meditation and the knowledge of God. These meditational techniques are meant for taking you towards God. And of course, these give you immense knowledge about the worldly affairs also. So you can succeed in worldly life also with meditation because you will be able to concentrate and focus and control your mind. The purpose of these techniques is to control your mind and put it where you want to put it. Of course, the main purpose is to be with God. Now, coming on to verse 27 of chapter 5, it says, keep looking between the eyebrows. This is known as the kutastha, the third eye, the spiritual eye, the sixth sense, the agya chak. This is known by many, many names. So close your eyes and focus between the eyebrows. This is known as the spiritual eye. And keep meditating on this for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and 10 to 15 minutes in the evening. If you are doing both the techniques, then I suggest you regulate your timing as per your suitability. But 10 to 15 minutes, even if for 10 to 15 minutes you do both the techniques, you will be benefited immensely. So friends, I come to end of today's discourse on Bhagavad Gita. Again we will meet and we'll discuss further. Hope whatever little knowledge I have gained from the books and my own experience, I have been able to share it with you and you have benefited from it. If you have benefited, you can comment and I'll reply to your comments. Please go on to my channel Moksh Kendra, like, subscribe and be with me. I have many videos on my channel Eternal Journey. Earlier it was Moksh Kendra, now the name has been changed to Eternal Journey. So you can find my channel on YouTube by the name of Eternal Journey. Many, many videos are there on meditation and Bhagavad Gita. You can enjoy those videos. Have a good day. Bye bye. Jai Gurudev.